Welcome to the Human Capital Innovations Podcast, your go-to source for personal, professional, and organizational growth and development. We hope you tune in often for all things people management, organizational development and change, organizational leadership, and social impact related. Maximize your personal and organizational potential with Human Capital Innovations Podcast. Welcome to the Human Capital Innovations Podcast. As part of our Forbes Features series spotlighting thought-provoking Forbes videos and their key takeaways, today I explore the recent Forbes video, The World's Most Powerful Women Define Power. Welcome back to the Human Capital Innovations Podcast. Thanks for joining me today for our Forbes feature episode. Today I'll be exploring the recent Forbes video, The World's Most Powerful Women Define Power. In this video, there are a handful of women who briefly define what power means to them. So you'll hear each woman in turn, and then I'll provide some commentary in between. I'll catch you on the flip side of this first clip.
Power is knowing who you are, what you have to say, and using your voice as a tool in the world. I think no matter where you sit in that world. And I don't think that power is given to you. I think that you're born with power, and I think that our job is to unlock it.
Unlocking the power that's already within each of us is really an important notion. I think we each have so much potential, and a lot of times we sell ourselves short. We fall victim to the self-doubt. We allow the voices in our head, these figurative voices, to convince us that we're not enough, that we aren't capable, that we can't accomplish what we think, we want to try. And so we talk ourselves out of things. But when we can find our confidence and we can unlock our power, then we can do really great things and we can find our voice. Once we find our voice, then we can do amazing things.
Power for me is really about being able to take people on a journey and reach an outcome. You can have people as CEO who are not effective, and when you get underneath, it's often because they weren't able to bring people along the journey, translate the vision, and bring them together to execute to get to an outcome.
So for her, power isn't just about having a vision, but it's executing, and it's bringing people along with you on that journey, helping them to recognize their role in helping you to accomplish something, and then leveraging the combined genius and capacities of everyone on your team to have an outcome. And I really like that too. If we can unlock our power, find our voice, use that voice to then generate buy-in amongst our people towards execution, then we can truly do some great things.
I think there's a lot of power in understanding why you're doing something. And I'm not the first to say that. I have to give props to Oprah. That's what I learned. But there's a lot of power in knowing your intent and knowing your why.
Knowing and understanding your why is very important. And there's actually a lot of research on this, that when you really connect to that purpose and you understand your driving motivations, you understand that why for you, then you can unlock your potential in fuller fashion. Then you're able to really go and get the engagement of your people and implement towards achieved outcomes, those desired outcomes that you're hoping for that will help the organization.
You have to don a suit of armor because you're going into the ring, and they will try to minimize every accomplishment that you have. And I always say to people, know your power. Know your power, know your value, and don't let others minimize you. Don't let
others talk you down. Don't listen to that. And don't allow it to get into your head where then you can have that self-doubt fester. Know your power, know what you're capable of, own it, and then move forward.
Power is living your life on your own terms, how you want to, in a way that you feel good about. It's a short period of time we're here. There's a lot of good things to do. I really try to think more about the things I said yes to and making the most of them than spend any time on the no things, the things that passed, or I should have done that, or I didn't do that, and just focus on the things that I do have and the things that I have an opportunity to make something with. And that feels really powerful.
Personal authenticity, living on your own terms. That is a very simple principle, but man, is it hard to do. So many people struggle with this one, myself included. We all know that we shouldn't care so much about what other people say, that what they say and what they value doesn't necessarily translate over to us. But that doesn't minimize the fact that social norms exist, and we feel compelled to try to live up to others' expectations, and we're trying to constantly measure ourselves against other people. That just doesn't matter. Ultimately, we need to be our authentic self. We need to live our life, take ownership over our life, and not allow others to dictate that for us. When we can do that, we will have power. We're living our power. I'm excited to announce the publication of my new book from HCI Press, Bluer Than Indigo Leadership: The Journey of Becoming a Truly Remarkable Leader. Early in my adult life, I learned about an Asian proverb that translates as bluer than indigo. If you think about the color indigo, it is a brilliant, deep, and vibrant blue, what some would call the bluest of blues. To have something that is bluer than indigo is rare and truly remarkable. Contrary to popular myth, there is no one-size-fits-all or cookie-cutter approach to effective leadership. There's no silver bullet, no secret sauce, no go-to model that will solve all of our problems. The truth is, great leaders have all had their unique strengths and flaws, and have all had to discover and then pave their own distinctive path in their life's journey to fulfill their leadership potential. Bluer Than Indigo Leadership will help you discover your own path and explore those ordinary, everyday actions that will help you respond to an uncertain future and produce extraordinary results for individuals, teams, and organizations.
For me, power is much more about just this inherent feeling that you are worthy and entitled to the things that your work and efforts bring to you. And in that sense, I certainly feel powerful.
Finding your power through your own self-worth. That's also a simple notion, but hard to do, and we're often so difficult on ourselves, but we do have innate value. We don't need to prove ourselves to anybody. We don't have to earn our worth. We are worthy, we have worth, we have value, and there's great power in just knowing that and recognizing that.
Power is having a platform and a voice, and being able to inspire and influence and also create change.
Finding our voice, using our platform to drive change. It's important for us to find our personal power, but then taking that to the next level where we can actually create buy-in and influence others to collective action, to where we can actually drive organizational and societal change. That is the stuff of truly great leaders. That is power.
I think it's how you touch people's lives. So for me, being a leader is how do you really make an impact on whatever you choose to do. It can be an industry, it can be a person, one single person, but do something meaningful, not just for the sake of a certain outcome, for the sake of doing something that would make someone happy, have a great impact.
Power as impact. That's really important, and ultimately We want outcomes. We want things to happen because of our power and influence. And that might happen within ourselves and change within ourselves so we can become a better person. We can fulfill our potential. Maybe it's with a family member. Maybe it's with a team member. It could be an entire organization. It could be a societal type of influence and impact. But ultimately, it is impact that truly marks the great leaders and those with truly excellent power that they are maximizing. I really enjoyed each of these women's insights that they shared in relation to power and what power means to them. I'm sure each of them could have gone on and on and on, and they just provide a short little clip for this video. But ultimately, they are examples of great success, women in leadership who have had great life successes. They exhibit power. And what you hear over and over and over again from each of their clips is that power isn't about position. It's not about status. It's not about controlling people. They kept on coming back to these intrinsic types of elements, these facets of personality and character, authenticity, connecting to ourselves, and truly understanding our why. That's where the strength comes from. That's where power really emerges from. The status, the official positions, all of that is nice, and a lot of times that comes when you are someone who's successful and can exhibit your power successfully. But in and of itself, it doesn't really mean anything, and it doesn't actually translate into power as impact, power as outcomes. Thank you for joining me for this episode of the Human Capital Innovations Podcast. As always, I hope you stay healthy and safe, that you can find meaning and purpose at work each and every day, and I hope you have a great week. The alchemy of truly remarkable leadership. Ordinary, everyday actions that produce extraordinary results. Consider how the nature of work has shifted over the past 50 years. With increased globalization, rapid technological advancement, and the shift in economic composition, the average job of today looks very different than the average job of 50 years ago. What will the jobs and organizations of tomorrow look like? Moreover, what does this all mean for organizational leaders? What are the core competencies and capabilities of organizations and their leadership that are prepared for continued disruption and geopolitical and socioeconomic shifts? Regardless of what the future holds, increasingly, leaders need to be socially minded, data-driven, decisive, champions of talent, and disruptors of the traditional notions of leadership, teams, organizations, and work. The alchemy of truly remarkable leadership will help you to explore your own leadership competencies and capabilities and consider ways to apply and implement them into your workplace and personal life. Check out Human Capital Innovations magazine, Human Capital Leadership. Human Capital Leadership is a free, interactive e-magazine with the mission to help individuals, leaders, and organizations find innovative approaches to maximize their human capital potential. We publish issues quarterly in August, November, February, and May. Take a look at the latest issue and let us know what you think. Thanks again for joining us for this episode of the Human Capital Innovations Podcast. I hope you stay healthy and safe and that you have a great week.